you're gonna need to remove this side panel. And then if you look underneath here, this goes like this. You pull this part down. You just need to get to these 1, 2, 3 screws there. Again, those are the T25 hex screws. So first step, let's take this part apart and let's see how that goes. It's not terribly hard to take apart. I'm choosing to start from the top here because I could kind of see a gap already in the very top. It's not difficult to pull this out. So if you look in here, this goes this way. So if you look at it here, you remove it, there's 1 at the very top, 2, 3, 4, and then there's this 1 in the back here. All of these just snap right out, pulls straight out. 1 starting from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this 5th one in the back. Slots here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that comes to this 1 hex tool screw again. And again, this is the T25. So there you go. Let's remove that. Okay, so the next part after we remove this, let's remove these 3 here. Again, there's 1, 2, 3 on the bottom underneath the glove box here. So let's go ahead and remove these. Again, T25. You got 3 screws here to remove. 1, 2, and 3. It's a T25 again. This is inside of the glove box on the top section. Okay, so let's remove that. Okay, so once you removed those 3 screws there, next step is to remove the whole glove box itself. So you can just pop them out again. As you can see here on the right side, on your right, there's 3 of those white plastic things that pop in. There's 3 there. Then if you look on the left side along this line, there is 1, 2, 3, 4 of them that needs to pop out. So however you need to pop them out, I suggest again one of those removal tools, the plastic ones. They pop out not too easily, takes a little bit of force because it's in there good, but remove it. Next thing you can see here is there is a wiring harness. This is for the light. I'm gonna remove that. How do you do that? Squeeze it. See the top here, there's a button. You just press it in and pull it right out. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, next step, you can see here, this is where the blower motor actually is. This is the blower motor, and here is where the filter is. All right, so next step is we're gonna remove this part here. As you can see, it's a 732. And I'm actually just going to use my hand. It's already mostly out. 732 here. That's where the filter is. Once you get that 7/32 nut out, there's a clip here on the right side. You just clip it out and you can kind of just pry it open a bit. If you look at it, you can see how this is the right side here, and that gets clipped on. The left side is just a flat edge, so it just kind of goes in. And then this is the top. All right, so now you got this part out. Let's move to the next. Now you can get to the filter. which is the filter, is right here. And pay special attention again to the airflow. You see how the airflow is facing down? When you put it back, you want to put it back the exact same way. And look at all of this shit in here. This is the air filter. You want to change this. See, mine's super dirty. You want to change this out? Let's go get a new one and we'll put it back after we check the blower motor. Alright, so next steps to removing this blower motor is there are 4 screws under here. I'll just zoom back here and let's go underneath. There are 4 screws under here. I'll get under here and I'll show you where they are. Okay, so we got 4 screws. Darn light. So this is the bottom right, your right, 1. And then let's go left side.
I couldn't quite hear you. Could you please?
Sorry about that. So now we're on the left side of the motor here. There's 2. There's 3 right there. And then there's 1 far in the back here. It's going to be real tough to see, but I'll just show you anyway. There's 1 in the far back there. So 4 total under here. Now those are again 7/32. In order to remove those, I suggest you first remove this. So this is like a vent, air vent. So the way you remove that is underneath here, you pop this out. If you can see this, you pop this out, that comes off, and then shoot, sorry about the fucking lighting. So once you remove that, you pop that out and this whole piece comes off. I'll show you what that looks like. Pop that out, and then it's easier to just remove this whole thing. As you can see, this kind of connects here and it goes up to here. You see it moving up there? So it's easier to remove this. It's easier to remove this like this before you start, because it's a little tough to get the motor out altogether if you don't remove this part. So just find a way to wiggle it out, and this is what it looks like. So this goes right up there like this. This is how it goes inside of this area. This is the blower motor. I removed the wiring harness, and that 1 screw in the back here, the one that I was pointing to, is very hard to get to if it's really back in there. So I suggest you get that one out first and then you move to the front too. So I'm gonna plug the wiring harness back in and turn on the AC real low, because this thing spins quick, and let's see what it sounds like. I think the debris that was stuck in here is already out, so it shouldn't be making any sounds anymore. Be very, very careful if you leave this out and you're gonna turn it on like I am. This thing spins at a pretty high rate. I don't know the exact rate, but I know it spins pretty quick. So let's see. So it does still sound like there is a bit of a sound here. Could just be something inside of here. The actual module itself. Now, to put it back, I'm gonna go back here again. I'm gonna put this left side up in it first. Best way to fit it in here. Turn it around, move it left, pop that up, put this in place, and then put the bottom part on this. So once I get it back on, I'll show you next step. Alright, so now we got everything back. We got all the bottom parts in. We put in the new air filter. Keep in mind where the airflow faces down. Airflow arrows face down. So new air filter. Air filter is in. Airflow arrows face down. And then these parts, this cover goes back in. I suggest you put in the right side first, and then you snap in this top middle, and then the right side cover. As you can see on the left side there, it kind of, you put it in, slides into the slot, clip this part in, and it just goes in, and then the right side gets clipped in, and then we'll go put the two nuts back in. I think I said put the two in, but it's actually only one. Alright, so next step is I'm going to snap in all of the parts. The 3 on the right, the 4 on the left. And then I can start putting the screws back in. So next step, snap this back in. So next step is we'll put the wiring harness back on and then snap all these pieces in, and then we'll put the screws in. Here with the T25, the hex, and get them all in. I'm gonna do first of all the top 3, then the bottom 3. Alright, so I got these 3 here, 1, 2, and 3. Gonna put those fully in and be back again. Okay, to remove this and also to even put them back, you just follow the shape of it. As you can see, this goes kind of up and inside of here, and then there's these grooves here. There's this slot here and this slot here, which coincides with this here and this here. So they kind of go up in and then it gets slid back to lock into place inside of here. If I can get a space here, I'll leave that, and then you can see. So I'm gonna put in the left side, just kind of gets tucked in over there, and then slide one into place, slide the next one into place, so that one's in the slot, that one's in the slot, those are in the slot, and that's good. And then last but not least is that final side panel. So again, to remove them, it just gets popped out by these 5 tabs here. You just pop them right out, and then to put them back in, it just gets popped right back in. So let's put on the T25, and then goes in. Alright, we got that T25 in. Now we'll just put these back to their corresponding slots and press them in. All right, and that's pretty much it. Hopefully that helped. Until next time.